Okay, we welcome Villanova head coach Jay Wright, junior Jalen Brunson, and freshman Amari Spellman. Coach, if we would get your thoughts on the game for an opening statement, please.
What a game, man. What a college basketball game. I hope that looked as good as it did from the bench, man. Just all the credit in the world to West Virginia. That was the most physically demanding, mentally demanding 40 minutes we've played in a long time. They're so relentless. They keep coming at you. And because of that, because of how good West Virginia is, how well coached they are in the half-court offense, they don't give credit for that. Their press is great, but their half-court offense and their offensive rebounding is strategic. They've always got three guys, two blocks, and in the middle of the lane. It's really intelligent basketball. Because of that, I'm just so proud of our guys, the leadership. Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, and Phil Booth, our three leaders. Just when we got down 6, I could just see they pulled everybody together. And it just kept us together to grind it out. So great win for us because West Virginia's so good.
Okay, take questions for coach and the student athletes. Please raise your hand. We'll get a microphone too. If you, as a courtesy to the guests at the podium, please introduce yourself before the question. We'll start here in front, Dick.
Hey, Jay.
Hoops. Hoops is in the house. It's official.
For Jay and the players, can we talk a little bit about Amari Spellman and the stretch that he had?
Go ahead, Jay.
To be honest, I don't know. After the game, Allie LaForest asked me, how did you feel Amari played? And I just said, we're used to that. I mean, Amari can shoot, he can make plays, he can do all that. He can play. He's a great defender. So it's nothing that we're not already used to. I mean, we expect that of him. He's supposed to play at a high level every game. So, I mean, for him to play like that, I mean, it's great for him how consistently he's been doing it. So, I mean, when he makes shots, it's not special to us. We're thankful for it, though. Very thankful.
Over here to the right, please.
Mike Petrali, CLNS Media here in Boston. Amari, what was it about your looks that caused you to get the shots right up without hesitation in that second half?
Coach always tells me to catch the shoot, and we were just looking to come out and run offensive score, and I was just having a shoot 'em up, sleep in the streets mentality, and I was just trying to take the right shots and be aggressive.
And go in front here to Julian, please.
This one's for Coach and Jalen. Coach, you guys didn't have a paint bucket until like the 10:37 mark of the second half. But how important was it to just keep being persistent about trying to get at the rim, and eventually that opens up a lot of what happened in that 22-6 run with the threes. And then Jalen, that bucket was your and one. Can you just describe sort of the mentality you had, sort of sizing up the rim, finding the lane, getting the contact, finishing at the rim, and then what that means for you when you could go forward?
You do that first.
It's just our confidence to have in each other. I mean, my teammates have confidence in me to make plays like that. I just try, get low, be aggressive, and just really concentrate on making a basket. And I mean, it's something that I work on, and it's something that my teammates and coaches have confidence in me doing.
Yeah, and you got to give it. Kanate is one of the best rim protectors I've seen in college basketball in a long time. I was assistant in the Big East when Mutombo and Mourning were at Georgetown, but I mean, you saw Mikal Bridges is one of the best athletes around. He took it at him, couldn't finish. The kid's impressive, man. The kid is really tough. He's young. It's hard, but we had to keep going. Phil Booth got a shot blocked going to the rim, and then the next play he drove it and found Amari for a 3. So he just had to keep going at the rim and making good decisions.
Go in front to Adam, please.
Adam Segura, Jalen, how much did you take that rivalry with Javon? How much were you looking forward to playing him, and how much did you kind of step up your game knowing you're going against Javon in their backcourt? And what did you think of Eric's dunk there?
I try and approach every game like it's my last, every game. So there's no extra incentive when I'm playing someone I've known growing up. I mean, if I need to be motivated by that, and then I'm doing myself a injustice. So I got to play every game like it's my last. I mean, I love playing against old friends. I mean, I love great challenges. But it was Villanova versus West Virginia tonight, and it was a great battle fought between two good teams, and that was great. And Eric's dunk, it's honestly something that we're used to seeing. We've seen some crazier ones in practice, but I mean, we're happy we have him.
Back to the left, please.
Mike Abelson, New Hampshire Union leader. First, Jalen. You play against guys like Javon. You play against a great backcourt, no matter who it is on Sunday. What's your philosophy playing your position against high-caliber opposition like you are this weekend? And then, Jay, what do you expect out of this team coming up Sunday, no matter who you're playing? Two very different teams.
Go ahead, Jay.
I think the deeper we go, the better the teams are going to get. But most importantly for us, nothing changes. Nothing changes no matter who we play, no matter where we play, what time, what day, it doesn't matter. Nothing changes for us. We play every game like it's our last. Sticking to our core values. 40 minutes of Villanova basketball. I mean, that's our mindset every game. As long as we're sticking together for those 40 minutes or more, that's all we can pray for, and that's all we want to do.
Maybe down here in front, please.
No, and I just want to answer this question. I'm looking at minutes here. We had a lot of guys play a lot of minutes in a physical game. We got to make sure we're fresh because these two teams are both physical teams also. So my biggest concern is being fresh for either one of these teams, physically, mentally.
Bob Groats, Delaware County Daily Times. Omari, it was pretty rough with you and Camonte in the second half. And that one point where where play was stopped, what were you guys talking about? Were you just kind of introducing yourself, saying hello, or?
It was just two guys competing, and that's really all it was. He's a great player, and it was definitely a challenge to go up against him, and we were just competing at the highest level, and that's really all it was.
Go over here to the right.
OMQ, City Basketball Love. Jay, some in the past kind of teams with that size and physicality have given you some problems. What was the difference today?
I think Omari and Eric Pascal and Mikhail, and our guards have good size. Phil Booth and Dante DiVincenzo. Phil Booth had 6 defensive rebounds. Dante DiVincenzo had 5 defensive rebounds against West Virginia, who is the best offensive rebounding team we've played against. You got to have 5 guys rebounding, so it can't just be your bigs. But I thought Omari kind of neutralized Konate and allowed Booth and Dante to go get some rebounds.
Okay, go over here on the left.
Speedy Warmer Complex. Coach, numbers aside, why would you say this is such a big moment to see these guys win this game?
Just because I have so much respect for the way West Virginia plays, how physical, how relentless they play, how mentally tough they are. I mean, really, you got guys they don't talk any junk. We had a little Konate and Omar got into a little bit, no big, but the whole game they don't say anything. They just come at you physically, aggressively, and mentally tough. So if you're not better in those areas, they're going to get you. And to see our guys come out more, to be able to compete with them physically and mentally, it was really impressive to me.
Go over here on the right.
Stephen Florver on Black Sports Online. This is for Jalen Amari. In a game where you guys both play 35-plus minutes, and it's a tough, grind-out game, how much of the crowd factor, and they really seem to kind of be on your side for the majority of the night?
They're great. Nova Nation's great. To be honest, it doesn't really affect us at all. We try to focus on 94 by 50 feet. Every time we step between those lines, it's all about what's going on inside those lines. I mean, our fans are great. I mean, we love them. And we want them to support us every time we can. But it's all about us doing what we do inside those lines.
Over here to Pete.
One for Jay and one for Omari. Pete Thamel from Yahoo. Omari, could you walk through that sequence where you blocked Beadle on one end and then charged back and pushed back the dunk on the other? They kind of swung the tenor of the game after Mikhail hit the 3. And Jay, after you go through a game like this, are you grateful for the experience because you need to win games like this in the tournament?
Go ahead,
On the block, I just saw him put his head down, and I forget who he was going at, but he had him chested pretty well, and I just saw the opportunity for the block. I came over, got the rebound, and tried to outlet it, and I saw Phil going to the hoop, and I was just thinking to myself, if he misses this, I got to get it. So it just happened to come off the right way, and I just tried to finish it.
We have time for a couple more. We'll go in the back.
Just to answer Pete's question, in this tournament, to be down 6 against a team like that, and in the second half and battle back, you know in the next game that's going to happen. So you don't want it to happen the first time in a final 8 game. So and just the physicality, the toughness of that team. That's what a final 8 game is going to be like. I think that's a really valuable game for us. Really valuable.
In the back to the left.
Sean Devaney with Sporting News. It seemed like the second half you're handling the press better, but you missed 9 out of your first 10 shots. Was that just, you're beating the press, but you're not running your offense once you do it, or you're just missing shots?
I think early in the first half it was the opposite. We weren't doing a great job with the press, but we were making some shots. Second half, I think we got used to the physicality, we got used to the aggressiveness, and we were executing better. We thought that was going to be the case. You just can't simulate that. You got to just get in that game and feel it. But I thought we were more aggressive in the second half. We got to the foul line. We missed shots, but we got to the foul line. And I thought that was important for us early in the second half.
Down in front, please.
Bob Ford from the Philadelphia Inquirer. Jay, you like to talk a lot about the old Big East. We're in an old Big East city against an old Big East opponent, and that was an old Big East game. And it might not be that the new Big East has that same level of physicality top to bottom. It's a little more of an up and down pace game. But as you said, this is going to prepare you for what's to come. Did you have that sort of deja vu about this game as you were in it?
Definitely. As soon as I started watching film of West Virginia, I just thought, man, the Big East the new Big East is a really high-powered offensive league. A lot of three-point shooters, and it is different from the old Big East. And I think college basketball has changed a lot too. There aren't a lot of teams that play this way. We played Tennessee. I thought was a physical team, but not like this. So when I started watching film, I just thought, man, this is a tough matchup. Number one. And if we survive this, we're a pretty mentally tough team. And this is going to be like an old school grind out game. And but it's funny how the game has changed. It's old school grind out, but it's 90, 78. That would have been 58, 50 back in the day.
Over here to John, please.
And no fouls called.
There were fouls called in this game.
Yes, there were.
Jay, I'm the guy sitting next to Hoops. Can you talk a little bit about, given that we're in polite company, what you said after you called the timeout at 60-54? Because that was a moment when it could have gone either way.
Yeah, I was all right. I really was. I knew there was a lot of time. I knew with them that, the way they play, there's going to be a lot of possessions. Like we were talking about earlier, I thought we were doing some good things. We were just missing shots. They hit a couple tough shots. It really wasn't that. It wasn't that bad. It was kind of just. It was right before I think the 12-minute timeout, and which we don't usually like to do, and I just thought we just thought it was really necessary at that time because they were getting on a good run, and I just wanted to make sure we kept our confidence and we stayed committed to our game plan. And that's right, our leadership. I just look at Jalen, McHale, and Phil. I could just see in their eyes we were good. We were good. If I would looked in their eyes and saw fear or worry, I would have maybe went a little crazy, but I didn't.
We'll take a final question over here.
Mike Abelson, New Hampshire Union leader again. First for Jalen, then for Coach. Purdue hasn't been to an Elite Eight in almost 20 years. Texas Tech's never been there. Jalen, you have national championship game experience, and Jay, of course, you were still coaching the team. What can guys like you and McHale provide to the younger guys practicing tomorrow and playing in a game that Purdue and Texas Tech haven't? And then for Jay, what does the experience of 2 years ago give you as a coach going into Sunday?
I'm sorry, could you say that one more time?
You and McHale both played a role in the national title team. Mm-hmm. Tech and Purdue haven't been to an Elite Eight in at least 20 years or ever. What does your experience in the past couple of years, how is that going to be able to help preparing this team going into Sunday? And then for Jay, being able to coach that team?
I think our experience is definitely going to be able to help. Just being able to go through what we did a couple years ago and last year. It shows us the highs and lows of college basketball. But I just think it comes from us thinking it's our next game. Our next game is our biggest game. Nothing changes no matter, like I said, who we play, where we play, what type of game it is. nothing changes for us. We want to go out there and stick to our core values for 40 minutes, and I think we really got to take pride in that, and really just stick to what we do and just not worry about anything else.
I always say he's the most mature guy in our program. I probably can't come up with a better answer than that, but it's the truth. When you're in it, you learn that everything's going on around you, but really what your experience is just the next game, and you love that more than, we've all been fans of this and watched it, and it's great, but there's nothing like being in it and having that next game. I think we all kind of understand that, and Texas Tech and Purdue are going to know it. As soon as this game's over, they're going to know it. The most important thing is this is just the next game.
Villanova, congratulations. And
Thank you very much,
Thank
guys.
you. Thank you.